Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing kind of like a part 2 of my decluttering video, and that was a long time ago. But anyways, in that video I gave you guys a tip. I'm not going to go into re-explaining that, but I will link the video down below in case you want to watch that. But in this video I'm going to give you another tip, and this tip is consider the value of the item that you are getting rid of, purging, decluttering, and whether or not you got your money's worth out of that item. So for instance, if I buy a pair of sandals from Target and they were only $20, and 2 years later I'm going through my closet and I realize, wow, these are really worn and gross. I need to either throw them away or give them away, but probably throw them away. But I think to myself, did I get my money's worth out of it? And $20 2 years later, yeah, I definitely got my money's worth out of it. As a matter of fact, I even got more than my money's worth out of it. So when I go to get rid of things, I know that nothing really lasts forever. Eventually, everything you buy will have to be replaced. And that even includes big appliances like refrigerators and things like that, and that kind of stinks. But we're talking about just normal items here. So consider that when you're decluttering. Consider when you're in your kitchen and you're getting rid of utensils that you may not use, or dishes that you may not use, or your clothes, or whatever it is. Consider how much you spent on it and whether or not you got your money's worth out of it. Now, if you're not using that item, I still encourage you to pass that along, because you'll never get your money's worth out of it if you're not using it. However, a lot of times I think you will be surprised about how far money really does go and how worth it was for us to spend that money on that item. That just personally gives me the release to get rid of that item, knowing, yeah, I got my money's worth, or I got even more than my money's worth out of that item, over the time that I've used it. And so I'm okay with getting rid of it and passing it along and getting something new or replacing it. That's life, So, and on the flip end, when I go to purchase items, I think of that as well. And I think of what I want to spend on a particular item and how long that item will last me. So I think of the worth of the value of that item up front, and that really helps me buy unnecessary things for my home. Knowing, oh, it's, this is kind of pricey, but I'll only use it 1 or 2 times, maybe over the course of 5 years or something, and that's not worth it, so I'm just gonna let that go. Or this might be a really cheap item. This might be only $5, like at Target, the clearances. Those get me every time. But I've really learned to, even though it's a good deal and even though it's on sale, will I really use that item? And if the answer is no, or I don't know where I'm going to put it, then don't buy it, because all those little deals that you might get really add up. And so it's worth really, for me, buying specifically what I want or what I need versus, oh, it's a good deal, just let me stash it up, and then your house is full of all this stuff, and then you end up like giving a ton of stuff away when you declutter. That helps me up front on the decluttering end, knowing, am I gonna get my value, when I buy this? Am I gonna use it? Is it gonna be worth the money that I spend on it? That sort of thing. And that helps me in the long run when I'm decluttering, actually declutter less if I think about that up front, if that makes sense. So, that is my tip for you. I hope you find it helpful. And now I'm going to go around my house and show you the few things that I'm getting rid of. And I hope this is inspiring and helpful. And this just gives you the motivation that you need in order to go and now declutter things in your own home. So thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, wait a second. I'm already saying goodbye and I haven't even showed you the bulk of the video yet. Here is my items that I'm decluttering, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting rid of is my old suitcase. I bought a new suitcase, so now I'm getting rid of the old one, and everything you see here used to be stored in there. And I said, why are we keeping these? Because we never use them anymore. I used to use the red one a long time ago, and I actually got that one for free. So since we don't use them, we're getting rid of them. And also, if you saw my video on my closet organizing, the reason why this suitcase was by itself and the 2 small ones were below it is because it was filled with that stuff, so I couldn't put a smaller suitcase in there. Okay, so moving on, we have my husband's shoes. We went through his shoes and he has had all these for more than 3 years at least. So they're old, ready to go. We need to get him new ones. So we got rid of all those old ones and we're working on getting him new ones. Back here, right here, this is the old tripod. Had it for years and years and years, never use it anymore. I already have one, we don't need to. This right here is a floor steamer. My mom had it, then she got the Shark. Love the Shark, didn't want this one anymore. Gave it to me, but I don't use it because of my floors. They're laminate wood floors and the steam would actually ruin them. So can't use it, so I'm gonna pass that on and get rid of it. Here are just a few clothing items that as I ran across them in my closet, I tossed them aside, and this is kind of what I collected. So all that's gonna go to Goodwill. So I just wanted to show you the after. So I mean, I show you guys what I'm getting rid of, but I want to show you what the space looks like after I get rid of them. So this is what my new suitcase looks like, and that has a tiny suitcase on the inside, so it's not full of random bags that we don't use. And then down there we still have my husband's 2 little suitcases because he really doesn't ever use a big one, and we will eventually replace his with something new. The reason why we replaced mine is because I wanted a hard shell and he does not, and mine was on sale. I'm also getting rid of all these kitchen items. I just went through all my cabinets, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you what the before looked like. And in the before, I didn't organize my cabinets since the renovation, so they're not organized, but you can see how cluttered they are, and we don't use everything. So right here we have just like a plastic container. I'm getting rid of all my plastic. I'm switching to glass, a few wine glasses that we never use or drink out of, a few of like silver bowls where water gets stuck in, that's really annoying. This plate is chipped, like that's an old tumbler. Over here we have our old NutriBullet, a really old and very cheap, what's this called? Coffee press. Yeah, so we actually just bought a nice one, so now it's time to get rid of the old cheap one. And under there is a plate, and that is such a beautiful plate, but I'm getting rid of it because I simply never use it. And I love it, but I never use it, so why keep it? So that was a tough call, but I did it. And these are the things that I got rid of from my kitchen cabinet. So let me go ahead and show you the after now on what it looks like. And here is the after. It's still not organized, but you can see that there's a lot more room in here. I probably should still get rid of some of the more cups and things like that, but I think that this is a good start. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do these videos for you, and it's really, really a joy knowing when you guys comment below and you tell me helpful hints, and you even share with me whether or not the tips I share with you help. And this is why I do what I do. I do it for you. So if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them down below. I would love to know what you guys want to see in the future. So I hope you guys have a very blessed day today, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Hopefully I'm not blurry. Was I blurry? Please don't be blurry.